Yeah, it's just opinions with Twan. It's just opinions with Twan. It's my opinion, so take it for what it is. It's my opinion, so take it for what it is. Take it for what it is.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? Another episode of Opinions with Twine, episode 18. Everybody that's on Instagram, what's up? We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Today, you know what? Hold on. Today we are going to we got a show for y'all. Two of the guys that was on the last podcast are present. We got a lot of bad feedback. I don't know if we was. You think we was set up?
No, we wasn't set up, man. I think nobody really knew that it was going to do what it did. Well, I didn't, So after it went viral, I guess what happened after that was what we can talk about, or we can talk about, what happened on the show. I thought that when we left the first, episode, she apologized, and I think after seeing what was said the next day, I apologized, and then that was it. I don't think we negated what we stated, but I thought we left the show, and I thought it was a successful show. So
right. I mean, same here. I think it started off by just having a calm conversation amongst two people. I will say, coming in, because I know you listened to it. You did ask me to send you the stuff, and I sent it to you, and I was on edge. But if you notice, I died down. It was more just because out of the 6 women, only Zion, well, the young lady showed up. The queen, princess. That's what she wanted to be called. So I'm gonna call her what she wanted to be called. We're not gonna use her name. I'm just gonna say the princess. But it turns out to be a good show. And the first, I guess what do you think it went left? Because we both listened to it, so I know when it went left.
Well, I had the opportunity to listen to the whole 4 hours this weekend, and like you said, I requested it because I wanted to get the feel or the energy of the show before I got on there, and it seemed pretty respectable. I think you told me that she was your friend, and that's what it sounded like.
Friends of 15 years.
I think it kind of got a little heated when I got on there, and especially from the questions that I asked, Right. So again, I think that's when it kind of elevated in terms of the climate of the conversation. But for the most part, man, whatever she said, it wasn't offensive to me. And like I said, I apologize if I offended her. And I think I even stated in the video, like, hey, I don't want you to feel like we bullying you.
Right.
I think I reiterated that. I don't want you to feel like we teaming up on you.
Right.
Just to give her the comfort to know that we're not out here trying to slice your throat. I can't say this though. I can't say this hands down. The eye beholds everything but itself. Right. So when I got a chance to listen to the video and hear myself, I can see why people said, it kind of come off as insensitive.
Right.
Because I said a couple of things and I laughed, but I didn't think it was really, that huge of a big deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I guess from that, the viewers probably felt like we attacking her or I don't know, we down on women, however you want to, put it. But I guess from like when you called me the next day and was like, man, check this out. Look at all of this, look at what they saying. And then I seen all of the insults.
Right.
I'm like,
keep going.
I'm like, wow, it's no reassuring of who we are, or who you are. Cause she know you. She don't know me. I just felt that it would have been more appropriate to kind of like, instead of co-signing the insults, maybe she could have said, you know what, we're not going to name call, you know what I'm saying? We're going to respect these men.
Right.
And everybody is allowed to have their opinion, because I'm not a clown. You're not a clown, And ain't nobody ugly, ain't nobody broke, ain't nobody none of that. You know what I'm saying? So
we for sure ain't broke
but
at this table.
but it's common. The internet is a bully. The internet is tough to beat. You know, you can see that with everything that's going on with Kyrie, and
Right.
you know, it's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
You know, and based upon what the internet want the narrative to go, or the journey that it wanted to go, it'll go down that way. You know, and you can take a portion or a snippet of a video and make it seem bad. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of like, I don't know. I think it could have been done differently.
So,
you know,
most incredible _AP says, she said, I said the same. She said the same thing as you, but she said she had an agenda.
Oh, who? Z?
Well,
I mean, I'm
Princess.
sorry.
Oh, Princess. So she said Princess had an agenda. Shani Jojo, I have to fill you in because Shani Jojo said every time I tune in, I can't figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna tell you just a little bit of it. I did a show, Women versus Twine. A guest came on. She said she was, we had a great show. It turned around, and I think once questions started being asked, caught up questions, then I think she took offense to it, but we asked, did she? She said no. At the end of the day, we both apologized. All parties apologized. And it still went left because the young lady went and posted something on Instagram. She posted the video on Instagram, but it was chopped and screwed. Right. It was chopped and screwed to make it look good in her behalf. Do I think that was her agenda, or do I think that was her intentions at that time? No, I do think she just
probably got excited because she got a lot of attention.
Yeah, and let me post this. Now, I will say this is where what I didn't like, because this is a friend of many, many years that I knew. As time went along, I asked, if you were offended, we apologize. But then she started to make her own personal videos saying that, oh, they apologized and this, they are deeply sorry. And that was not the case. You know what I'm saying? We did state that if we offended you, that was not our intentions. Then she went and made another video, saying that we was
keep the momentum going.
Yeah, saying anything to keep it going, because it was said that most guys that challenges a woman by saying, what are you bringing to the table, or what do you get, is usually bums, broke, usually don't have health insurance, let alone life insurance. So I took that remark as in towards me, because me and you did ask her, well, not what are you bringing to the table, but what does he get? We did ask that. So I took that personal. Then turned around. What did she do next? She came out with a clothing brand, a clothing line. You can, anybody that wants it, you can catch it at www.thinkhighly.com. Right. All the ladies, it's called Above Average. Definitely check it out. It looked like it was made in minutes, but I'm not down talking that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is to sell yourself. I'd have thought more of her than that, but hey, it is what it is. Some of us have to get it how we live. You know what I'm saying? So Shani Jojo said it would. I agree with AP. There was no agenda. Okay, understandable. But once the clothing line came out, I was offended because I did ask her to take the pictures, take the videos down. In all the years that I've been living, especially being because they said we were bullies. So all the years of living, even being bullied in middle school, high school, all of that, I've never said, bro, take this video of me getting my ass whooped or me getting bullied and then post it. Because last time I checked, a bully does not want anybody else. I mean, I'm sorry, somebody that's being bullied or even a battered person or anything usually don't want to relive that moment. Once it's done, it's done. They don't want to talk about it. They don't, they don't want to see it over again. You know what I'm saying? But this person seemed like she wanted to live it over and over and over. This morning, I seen a video where she had actually pent the content. So
explain that, because I'm sure some viewers don't know what pent means.
right. So anybody that doesn't know what pent means, first of all, it was posted on TikTok. This young lady has 13,000 followers off of just
your platform,
my platform, 13,000. Turns around, the video that she chopped up in her behalf has 1.4 million views. Yeah, I see your face. 1.4 million views. A GIF was done with your voice and her voice. I don't think my voice was in it. I think it was just your his voice and her voice. So but to explain what a GIF is, everybody that doesn't know, a pin is, I'm gonna let y'all know. So when you are pinned, or the next comment, the next to a comment or video on TikTok, it means the creator, which she isn't a creator, I am, has chosen to literally pin it to the top of their page. In the case of in the case of videos on profile pages, creators usually do this to draw viewers attention or particular videos, right?
So it's just like it just puts it at the top of the feed. Every time you go on her page, you'll see that first.
You'll see, and it's 3 of them up there. So, and those are the highest ranked videos. Now she sings. They got views. Don't get me wrong. I can't take that away from her. I think they might have 1,000 views here and there.
But they went up, of course, since the
no, the highest ranked views is actually
your video,
my videos.
Okay.
Which is fine because you did come on my show. That's understandable.
How would you rather her have done it?
So okay.
let's to her defense, let's put yourself in her shoes. She came on the show. You got all of these views. You obviously have a internet personality that you're trying to promote. What is the proper way of doing that? If you got all of those views, would you have contacted you and say, hey, would you mind, or just elaborate on that? How would you have held it or dealt with it?
So I'm gonna say this. In that case, if it was me, and especially because she did ask me, she said, well, I want to post your stuff on Instagram, right? Fine. Okay. I'm thinking you're going to post the whole video. It wouldn't bother me. But when I seen that she was getting dragged, if I seen that she was getting dragged, I wouldn't converse with the comments. I wouldn't be feeding into them. I would have just said, you know what, chill, y'all.
So that was the line that you feel that she crossed by allowing it, or just co-signing with
the clothing brand. Don't give a shit about, you know what I'm saying? You're marketing yourself, understandable, but don't market yourself by allowing us to be tore down. You know what I'm saying? Above average, it can be a dope brand. You know what I'm saying?
Be a dope brand.
Who knows? Because it's a powerful word, powerful words. So it's like, it can be a dope brand. A lot of women might purchase it. Who knows? More than anything, don't take us down while you step up. I think it's more the crab in the barrel mentality, because you're literally stepping on us to make sure you good, but not knowing your ass going to the pot just like us. You might go sooner because you crawled out this motherfucker.
Right.
And she don't realize that. Fame is one thing, because I'm not doing this. Opinions with Twine isn't doing this to become famous. You know what I'm saying? It's to not just enlighten people.
Would you say it's a hobby?
Well, I'm gonna say this: it's a hobby, but I'm hoping it turns into something that I can do. But I'm not trying to get rich off of this. You know, I would never come up on y'all back to say, you know what, let me throw some shade in there so I can get ratings. I would never do that. But more than anything, it's just to enlighten people and to just see everybody has different opinions. I can't change yours. You can't change mine. What's the old saying? Opinions is like assholes. Everyone has one. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. But for you to use my platform to shit on me to make sure that you look good dipped in gold, that's something different. And I did turn around and I said that I was gonna let this shit die. But it irks me. Everybody that knows me knows that Shani JoJo, she said, karma, this is only gonna last so long. I agree. It is. But people that know me know I'm a petty person. So but I'm trying to be better. Rather than
Really,
I'm not even gonna hold you up, bro. Rather than being petty, I just say, you know what, maybe because even a therapist or a psychiatrist will tell you it's best to talk about it. So this is me talking about it and dealing with it rather than putting it up under a cover and saying, you know what, I'll just deal with it later. No, I'm gonna talk about it because this person, I know they're either on YouTube or they're either on Instagram watching, and you need to hear it because I think you need to see exactly where you stand in a friend's heart. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, well, Mike, go ahead.
Was that it? So if she would have stopped the insults or not co-signed them, was it anything else that you found egregious to yourself, or you wish you wouldn't have did, or could have done better?
Stop it. One, also stop speaking on our behalf like we said this. No, we didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? If that was what you were doing to keep it going, you know what I'm saying? But no, stop lying on our behalves, making it seem like we said this and we didn't say this. Also, don't just come up on us. If we're friends, all of us could have came up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get specific, man. Let's talk about the video that she posted in itself. Let's get to the details. I don't know if you can play the snippet. Could you do that? If you could,
I think I can pull up.
And if anybody got any questions, I don't know, they can address it through, I guess, your screen and, you know, ask me. But like I said, when I seen the video, I seen how I came off. I don't think I was aggressive. I think I was probably, is that it?
Excuse me? Why don't you believe you're never wrong? Well, I don't believe in selling myself. So I'm not a woman that feels like I have to prove my value to anybody.
Oh, hold on. I do apologize, y'all. Let's do this.
I'm me, and I don't believe any person would you say you're an average man.
Could you pause it, or did you play it yet?
An average woman? I do not. Because? Excuse me? Why? Why don't you believe you're an average woman? Well, I don't believe in selling myself. So I'm not a woman that feels like I have to prove my value to anybody. So it's like you're right. Just a question. Yeah, it's just like I don't believe I'm an average woman just because.
Could you hit pause?
And I don't believe any person would you say.
So as you all heard the question, do you believe you're an average or above average woman? She said no, and then her answer was because she believes she just them.
Go ahead.
You know, like I mean, and that's perfectly fine. You can think whatever you want to think about yourself, right? I think the whole thing about your reality, your world is just so different from the real world. I can go on and say that a person can think that they're a woman when they're really a man. And then they try to impose this narrative on someone else to respect that. And it's just not true, you know? And I also understand, to her defense, how you have to kind of sometimes think you're the greatest. You can take Kobe Bryant. Like, I'm sure if he walked into the stadium and said, oh, I'm just regular, he probably wouldn't have won as many championships, you know? But he had to think that he was big, you know? And that's cool. I think some of the other things that you need to be careful of is that once you start to act in a way towards other humans that's not receptive, that's when it gets dangerous, right? Let me give you an example. So I think that I'm above average guy. Just, you know, because I didn't say that in the video. Now I'll explain that as well too. Let's just say that I thought that I would say I'm more than what I really think that I am. And you brought up a certain point that said, do you think you can overlook something that was good? You know, and I've done that before. You know, I've overlooked or thought so highly of myself that something that was probably good for me, I let go. Right. You know, and wow, you know what? If I could ask you, could you call somebody?
Sure.
Call my dad. Let's
That's an iPhone?
Yeah, this is an iPhone.
All right.
I'm gonna get his number. And I want everyone to hear the beauty of really loving a person for who they are and not for how much money they have, for not how they look, you know, but more so for how they treat them and how you treat that person. I hope you pick up. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get his number, call my pops. I think I probably need to put this on. Dial that number real quick.
All right, so all right, so most incredible _AP says, also, I feel y'all need to stop trying to find error in y'all ways, because again, this not my words, this her words. This bitch had an agenda.
Oh, the other one, Princess.
Yeah.
Okay.
How your dad doing? We talked to him.
He cool, man. You know, that's my homie. Both my parents. Let me put that out there.
We on with Mike's father.
Hello.
What's up, Daddy-O?
Hey, buddy, yo.
What's going on, man?
Not much.
Hi.
We're over at Mariah's right now. I'm about to get home in a couple more minutes.
Okay. I want to borrow 1 minute and 60 seconds of your time. Are you busy?
No.
Okay, you don't have to answer the question if you don't want to, but I got a real simple question. It's nothing super personal. When you met my mother, could you tell me where were you? Where was your financial status? Did you have a house? Did you have a couple of cars? How much money you was making a year? How financial stable were you?
I was, let me see. I was pretty stable. I had just gotten a divorce from my first wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I still had my job.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was, managing my money, what I was bringing in every week, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't too bad off of shape, But at the time, I didn't have an apartment or any place to stay. So at that time, I was staying with a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a white guy. His name was Dave. I was staying with him, his brother, and his wife. And
would you say you were struggling at the time, trying to make ends meet?
Yeah, I was kind of trying to make ends meet. Because I had when Beatrice divorced me, she ran up all the bills for the maximum, so I had to pay those bills. And that's what her lawyer told her to do.
Yeah, let's just stick to, I guess, your status when you met my mother. So when you guys met, you met where?
We met at the rolling skating rink.
Skating rink. Yeah, I know that story pretty well. And the reason why I'm asking is because I thought it was such a beautiful thing that my mother didn't say you had to have so much money or X amount of cars or you had to be this or that, but she obviously saw something in you, that she fell in love with. And I think, and you can correct me if you're wrong, she seen how you was budgeting your money and she gave you $1,000. I think that was all she had of her money and gave it to you. Yeah.
Right.
She
was saving, trying to keep her stuff afloat and stuff because her husband at the time wasn't doing anything. He wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So she was saving up her little ADC check or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
and that's how it went. That's the beginning of the life,
Yes,
and I want to real quick. I'm gonna jump in and then I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that. I talked to Mom yesterday and asked her the same question, kind of somewhat, and for you to take in or to find interest in her and her to find interest in you and y'all build an empire after that.
Right.
You don't find women like that anymore. It's very scarce.
Yes, it is very.
When a woman can leave her career to invest in her man, and at the time I think she was selling insurance, and she invested in you,
Yeah.
and then and in in retrospect, really, I believe that is a perfect display of what true love and a true, union should be. And not to put all your business out there, but y'all, own plenty of houses. Y'all have given your children, myself included, a couple cars. Helped me get both my houses, and not just to me, but to all. And you got a lot of kids. You got 7, So to sacrifice, and you could have, went to Bloomfield a long time ago. My mother and father could have had the Cadillacs, but they invested in their children,
Right.
And then I can say that all of your children are doing phenomenally great. We all got talents. We all can. I mean, my little sister, how old is Mariah?
25.
25. She can probably outdo you in carpentry work. You know what I'm saying? Really, she can outdo, my buddy I'm looking across to. And y'all go to work together,
Yeah, we do.
Y'all go to work together. So that's all I wanted, Pops. I appreciate it, man. You have a good night, okay?
Okay, I love you too, baby.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
So maybe my lifestyle, maybe my upbringing is a bit biased. You know what I'm saying? Because listening to that, and then you come out into the world, and then you have a woman say, well, you don't make enough to date me. You know what I'm saying? It kind of hurts because most people are average. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be probably average and then look at an average guy and be like, piss off.
Yeah.
It's like, what about the other 2 million, average guys in America? Do we just be like, well, okay, I can't get this girl because I don't make all of this. And I could really be an asshole, right? I can say, I'm 3 years working for myself.
Right.
I make over 100,000.
Right.
I pay all the bills. I got 2 cars. I got 2 houses,
Right.
But I don't put myself out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I always want to present myself. I don't ring my own bell. I don't toot my own horn. I'd rather somebody else do it. I'd rather be humble and let somebody else exalt me versus me exalt myself and somebody humble me.
Let me ask you this. Both of y'all. Do you think, because you grew up with both parents.
Still married.
Did you? Do you think people that grew up with both parents are somewhat more humble when it comes to love? They actually know what love is, see it, and actually care about it? Because someone told me just recently, shout out to Joe, he said people don't love no more. People just don't want to love no more. There's so much hate going around and all of that. People.
I think black love exists.
Yeah.
I think people love. I think the world is getting worse.
Okay.
So it's a lot harder to find somebody to love you and somebody to love. So for me, I'm with the person that I'm in love with and she in love with me. So I really don't care about the likes or the views or all of that. I really don't care what anybody say about me because I'm with who I'm with,
So if you can choose love or money, which would you choose?
Love, man. You ain't just hear that story. I mean, they was both like really,
that's where
struggling.
I stand at it too.
You know what I'm saying? They was really struggling. But if you really have that and then build an empire after that, it's possible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's possible for the female to be like, okay, well, I see potential in my man. Let me invest in my man.
Yeah.
Let me give him some ideas. And at the time she met my father, he was a handyman. He then went back to school. They started a company, MC Statewide Builders, incorporated, licensed, bonded, and insured. And just the rest is history, man. I had a good life. I didn't have a perfect life. So as you already know, I grew up in the suburbs. I think my mother was one of the first people in the family to move to the suburbs. We wasn't going to the dealership getting new cars every time they came out, but we had decent cars.
You had what you needed.
I had what I needed. And most importantly, I had love in my family.
There you go.
So I had a loving mother. I had a mother that sacrificed. I had a father that sacrificed.
And I think that's what the world got to get back to. When you first of all, loyalty. But I guess if you love somebody, loyalty comes easily. But I think people got to get back to loving each other and stop taking a number or, paper with dead presidents on it and putting that value higher than love and respect.
It's really hard though.
It can be, but
It's
it just
hard.
depends
So,
on you.
Yeah, it does.
It depends
so
on
real
you.
quick, everybody can't say what I just said.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of people can't say what I just said. A lot of people can't say that they done grew up in a wholesome household with both their parents.
Right.
And for those people that can't say that, it's kind of difficult, you know, because what you lack as a child, you fight for it when you become an adult. So like for me, I didn't have the best clothes growing up. Okay.
Fresh as hell, nah. Huh?
I'm all right, you know, but I never went to Northland at lunchtime to buy the new Jordans when all my other friends were. True. You know, my parents wasn't pulling up in the new Mercedes. True. You know, my father had a work van, my mother had a regular car, and when it was time to go back to school to go shopping, I went to 7 days. You remember that? The knockoff.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I think we appreciate it more because I was in the same boat as you. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have the sneakers that I wanted. But as I got older, and I'll say that maybe like for 3 or 4 years, I bought every Jordan there was coming out, right? Shit was stupid and pointless because at the end of the day, why I have to have every Jordan?
It's just material.
Yeah, it is. And I realized that, don't get me wrong, I realized that, and then turned around, it was like, you know what? Start doing things that you wanted to do as a kid, do it now. That you couldn't afford to do as a kid, like DJ and stuff like that. Wanted to do that as a kid, couldn't because I couldn't afford it. So I do tell people all the time, anything that you wanted to do as a kid and you couldn't, when you get older, do every single thing that you want to do. So with that being said, that's gonna happen, but it shouldn't turn you into a piece of shit just because because can you imagine how if we didn't have love and we didn't have fathers or mothers distilling the right stuff into us, we would have been out here like, you know what, we want it now. We're gonna go out here and rob people. We're gonna go steal. But we didn't because we did have somebody to tell us like it'll come, just be patient. Same with this person, fame gonna come, just be patient.
Yeah, you know, I wish her the best. Princess. Yeah,
I mean, couldn't be a queen. Queen was what was it? It was too.
I think she said, I don't want to be called a female. It was.
But then also when I said, all right, I'll call you queen, it was too, I guess it was too masculine. Queen has too much on her shoulders. And I was like, well, you know, that's only when if your king is deceased, then you have to take that role. Other than that, no, you're a queen.
I guess, man, people, you know, they want to be called all types of stuff nowadays. So, you know, like I said, I worry about my own address. I worry about what's up under my roof, and I keep it moving. Not to piggyback off anybody, but yeah, I'm doing what I want to do now. You know, I'm a musician. So I can go home and play my guitar. My son can play the drums and those things that I probably didn't have access to when I was a kid.
So you're not a bum. You're not a clown.
No, I'm not a bum.
We definitely not.
I'm not a bum.
We not bitches.
And the reason why I feel like I'm an average guy is because of the circle that I'm in, right? So I can say out of the 5 or 6 guys that I know, 2 of them are millionaires that I can call right now. The other 2, let me see, Dion, I know he probably make over 500,000. My man John, he makes $700,000 a year, or if not more. I never really asked him, but you can kind of like gauge what a person is making. Right. And me, I'm on the bottom of the totem pole. I'm what, 130K? That ain't nothing. You know, my brother Abdul, he doing excellent. You know, he got my son now. So when I'm in that circle, if I say that I'm average, I'll be content.
But it's also humbling yourself.
It is. I don't, you know, but at the same time, if I say I'm straight, I won't strive for better. But because these people are in my circle, it's like I need to get on their level.
Right.
Now to the world, I know I'm not average.
Right.
But to me, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna do what I need to do, say what I need to say to myself to get where I need to be.
Right.
And if I'm around these successful Black men, you know, married, children, a legacy, you know, assets, you know, they got deeds, brother. Deeds. They ain't no apartment, no. You know, what's funny is that we get in a certain area and we just think we made it. You know, I would rather take 2 houses in Detroit versus an apartment in Bloomfield any day.
You've never made it. unless you feel that your life has a plateau, you've never made it. You should always continue going.
Yeah, I just don't want to be content.
Better.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely don't be content.
I know that I can do a lot more than what the average guy can do, but I so don't walk around with that mentality. You know, just because I make more than the next guy, he's a man, he's a plumber, you know, he's working hard every day just like I am.
Right.
It may be a matter of time, and who knows? I could, like I said, I can get injured and my empire fall tomorrow. Then what? Does that take away my value? Of course not. It's about my heart. It's about my morals. It's about my conduct. It's about if I'm trying to better myself every day. If I'm saying I don't want to curse, I want to eliminate from that. I don't want to drink liquor. I want to drink water.
Right.
You know, to me, those are the things that makes a good man. You know, so
just a good person in general too. I do have a question for you.
Everybody, I'm on this podcast with my lady. She didn't want to be seen, but she's so beautiful to me. She's so fine. And she's like, no, I don't want to be on, but she's on here with us. And you said you had a question for her?
Yes. You made me look at it. Y'all you made me forget. Y'all gazing each other. Oh, you know what? I remember it. They over here gazing each other's eyes. She don't want to be on live, y'all, so I'm not gonna put her on live. But when he speaks, I see how you look at him. It's a very intelligent brother.
Yes.
But what the question I have for you is, what is his role as a man? She about to break it down, y'all. So everybody on live, I just asked her, what is his role as a man? This is her fiance, husband. This is her king. So what is his role as a man to you? Not the world, just to you.
I'm looking for Michael to just be a leader. That's it. I want to be able to grow from him. Me, myself, if I'm looking at myself being an average woman and I'm here, I'm looking for him to be here.
Right.
I need him to bring me up there with him. I don't want to be with someone, date someone, marry someone that is below me.
Right.
I want them to pull me up.
Right.
I feel like I'm going into that direction with him.
Okay.
Michael is a great provider. I know he got my back. I can rely on him.
Were y'all friends before y'all dated?
No.
But you've seen something in him rather than just money. So I only asked you that question because I was told by Princess that me, him, and most men in the world, actually all men in her theory, we had one job and our job was only to be providers.
Oh, I look for Michael to teach me. I learn from him every day. It's days that I need him to be my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother.
Okay.
Me myself, I just don't have a problem with letting him be the driver. Like, I really don't. He has not steered me wrong. I haven't seen him in any situation though. Like, he was always really level-headed. Like, you know.
Okay.
You know, if somebody is leading you into destruction.
True.
Nobody is asking anyone to be stupid.
Right.
You know, if you see somebody that doesn't have a good report card.
Right.
A good track record to following behind, you know.
This ain't it.
Yeah, this is not it.
Okay.
When did you fall in love with me? These some hard questions.
Look at it. There ain't no hard question. She know the answer to that. He know the answer to that.
Okay, so I guess it was when I just knew that I could depend on you. When I first met you, it happened really fast. I have a car. I have a 2019 Chevy Malibu.
Okay.
And the steering wheel is a big issue around the city. I know everybody knows this. One day I was at my mother's house the night over there, and I'm like, "Dang, why y'all ain't let my windows back up?" Somebody stole my entire steering wheel column. And I hadn't been dating him long. So now I know that I'm about to have to Uber back and forth to work until I get the steering wheel on my car.
Right.
And it wasn't about having the money. It was just such an inconvenience for me.
True.
He gave me a car. Get yourself back and forth to work.
That's it.
That's it.
Another question, second question.
Here we go.
And then you got any questions for me that a woman may want to ask? Like if you had to counsel a young woman and she said, well, what do you look for in a man? Or what is a question that you can ask me to better guide her into what to choose or how to choose, if you understand my question? I can simplify it and say this. Give me 3 of my best qualities. And then in return, I can give you 3 of hers or tell her why I fell in love with her. And maybe this will help somebody that's listening. You know, I don't know.
You're patient. You're a good listener. Again, I could just count on you.
So dependable, patient, good listener. You said good provider earlier.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men have the opportunity to mold a woman into what they want. I think a lot of our men are juvenile, you know, and sometimes we can take advantage of women,
definitely
hurt women. I think once you reach the age, probably around 30, you should have a folly out of you.
Yeah.
You should be well off into what you want to do for the rest of your life. You should at least be in your career, you know. So for the guys and for the men that's 30 plus, when you meet a woman that you can be yourself with, I remember telling my best friend when we were like first met, I was like, man, it's like she treat me like Jesus. Can you imagine that? Literally, I don't know if I told her. I was like, dog, she treat me like Jesus. And it was shocking to me because you don't find a real, I mean, everybody say, or a lot of women say, yeah, I'm submissive, but to really do that and show that and not say, well, I ain't being submissive to you because my ex-boyfriend this, that, and the other.
Correct.
You know, but from what she showed me, it was reciprocated. I was just like, man, I'd be a fool to let this go. You know, we went through our ups and downs, you know, but when I got my SHIT together, I was like, man, she a diamond in the rough.
This is it.
You know, I don't regret my decision at all. Not to give too many details, but she's there for me when I need her. And I have no doubt, and this is the way I feel about her that I've never felt with any other woman I've dated, that if I needed her check for the next 3 months, she'd say, here. Now, how many women you know that'll do that? Probably not a lot.
Definitely not a lot.
Probably not a lot. So I don't know. When you find a woman like that, yeah, you got something.
For sure. Y'all got real mushy on me. You already know that we don't. So we try not to get mushy on this show.
What they saying on the comments? Anybody saying something?
So what we for the most part, so the last person that said something is said, and her, listen, this is your opinion, but we don't condone it. So most incredible been going in. She said most incredible _AP said her funny looking ass ain't even with nobody. Girl, get the hell on.
To Z? I mean, Princess?
To Princess.
Yeah.
I don't think people should get mad if you have an opinion. That's just what that is. But if Princess wants to think that, if she wants to speak highly of herself, there's nothing wrong with that.
True.
If she wants to believe that she can date the man that's blue on the moon, there's nothing wrong with that. I would have just simply told her, shoot for it. Go ahead. Do your thing.
And I don't think we were trying to tell her that's not possible, right?
I think my position was you can be so optimistic that you can be unrealistic.
And see, I'll say this. My thing was, if you feel that way, that's fine, but you can't expect me to drink your Kool-Aid.
Yeah, true.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? And you looked at me like, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean by that, right?
No, I'll explain it.
Okay,
I don't know.
What was my man's name? So it was a cult leader back in the days.
Oh yeah, okay.
That
I know you're talking
had
about.
everybody at his camp, farm, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he
what was his
spoke
name?
I want to say Helter Skelter something.
No,
like that.
He had on the shades. He was the white man.
So he turned around and had everybody there. He was speaking religion. This is a weekend thing, right? He turns around and had everybody drink this Kool-Aid / potion / drink, right? They killed them all, except for him. So that's why I say you can't have me drink your Kool-Aid, because my thing is you can speak how you feel, but I don't have to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because just like you have that opinion that you can get any dude, the man on the moon, I believe you can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I can't sit here and say that I got the best podcast out here in the world. I can, right? Y'all don't have to believe that. And I can't force y'all to believe that.
True.
You know, y'all, you have your thought process, you have your opinion. You can believe what you want to. Now I can prove it to you. I can be like, oh, you know what? Just wait. I'm gonna show you. I can.
That's a different story. You know,
because if I can show you numbers, right? If I can show you numbers, or I'm showing you, just wait. I'm gonna show you how I make it. I get there. That's fine.
Did you ask her what did she do that makes her feel that she's above average?
She don't have to answer that. That was her answer. She said, I don't feel that I have to explain myself to anybody.
You know what I was looking for? I was looking for, I don't have any tattoos. I don't drink alcohol. I don't curse. And I don't know if she does these things or does not, but to me, that's above average, because you get that everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really trying to demise her.
So what defines above average to y'all?
Something that's not common. Something that's not common. Something that you don't come across on a regular basis.
But every woman is going to say that she's not average.
Yeah, but it's so many that is.
That just sounds so bad. Like, she average. You know, nobody wants to hear that. I'm sure that it is some things that she does that another woman would not do. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I do that a lot of women that they would not do that. They feel like it's doing too much. Like
waking up at 3 a.m. to cook me breakfast and lunch.
That's rare.
Hey, you looking at one.
And that's what because my ex used to do it. So it is rare. You know what I'm saying? If I was to ask her, because I asked her the question, do you think you're average? And she said, yeah, I have flaws. You know what I'm saying? I have things that I can work on. I have things that can be changed, that can be fixed. But I do have great things about me. And I was like, I can respect that. So she asked me, well, what do you think you are? I was like, I think I'm a fair dude. I'm not the perfect man. You know what I'm saying? I have many flaws. I think me and we you will never hear us say we're average. We'll just say, I'm all right. You know, we'll say we're okay.
I'm an average guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm cool.
But I think a lot of men can be more honest with themselves. You know what I'm saying? And just say, yeah.
So do you think I should walk around here and say I'm the shit?
You can.
And I can back it up.
Do I think it's conceited? Yeah, because if you the shit, you don't have to tell anybody you the shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have
I'm on
to.
That level, I really ain't got to say.
Yeah, and I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to make anybody feel like they're less than me by saying I'm above average.
And the guys that I just mentioned that are doing financially phenomenal, they don't do that.
Yeah, I can.
Even if they got a box full of jewelry and they don't even wear it.
I can see.
You know, they dress down all the time. You would never think that this guy got who was his last 4 cars? A Ferrari, a Maserati, a Porsche, and what did he just order? Man, the Vet, the latest Vet. But you see him walking in Home Depot, regular than a mug, regular as hell.
If you got it, you don't have to. You ain't
got it. You ain't trying to broadcast it. You got a lot of. You don't even want people to know because they come begging and asking and trying to take it.
I'm gonna say something real quick. So my man, audio.
What up, Audio?
So Audio is on live, and I just took a CPL training class with him, right? You will never know he carries. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got that boy on you, you don't have to tell nobody.
Oh, I seen him on live, just with the girls. Yeah,
you don't have to tell nobody. My thing is, I don't have to flaunt my fame or what I think of myself to make other people lesser than me. And I think in that, when I listen back to the videos, she kind of stated that when you asked was
what's the minimum amount that you would accept a man to make? She said at least 80,000.
Right. She had came up with the number 80,000, but then you turned around and you said, well, I think, anything over 80,000 is above average,
according to the stats and the numbers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? According to the numbers, the charts, the graphs,
right,
the percentages of America, the average man makes
50,000.
Yeah, like 50,000. I think it's even lower than that, actually.
And it might be.
I think it's even lower than that. So, and again, she has every right to say, I don't want you. And then I was in return saying, well, if you want this top earner, what does he get in return?
And see, that's not where I was about to take it, because she turned around.
I think that's what made her mad, but I don't know.
But she turned around and she said, I think you guys, she said, and see, that's the problem. You live in this post-COVID mentality where you think 80,000 is above average. She said, if anything, I think that's a failure. And I'm like, wow. So, right. So
what does she do?
Yeah, do tell, young man, do tell.
What is she do?
She's a singer. She's a singer and she does taxes.
Okay. And that is getting her over 80,000, because I don't think that you should be asking.
Now I was asked that.
That you don't even bring to the table yourself.
So she said she does bring 80,000 to the table.
Okay,
right?
well,
so
maybe
remember she said he got to make more than her.
Yeah.
So even if she brings 60 to 70,000, right? But
she got an office.
I think she worked from home.
Did she have an office before COVID?
I think so.
Okay.
But turned around and she said that was below average, right? She said that was actually not making it. It was actually failure. But then that would mean, because on this show, women are one thing, men are one thing. We are not the same, but in society, we have to treat each other like we the same one in certain attributes. You know what I'm saying?
True.
If you cheat on him,
it's wrong. If I treat her, it's wrong. Yeah.
Right. Regardless. So in that case, if you don't make 80,000, or if you do make 80,000 and you said that's a loss or that's a failure, then that would mean that you're a failure too. You can't say that he's a failure just because he's a man. That would mean that you are too. So
and honestly, bro, I'm gonna be 100 with you. We have this dollar amount, this 6-figure and above. That ain't even really a lot of money, bro.
It's not.
I mean, I think I posted it like maybe some weeks back. Like somebody said $100,000 was it, and it's just really not. You know what I'm saying? It's just a number. And then if you have, I mean, I'm not gonna front and say I don't live comfortably, because I do, but I do want more. But I would never tell a person, because you don't make what I make, you're lesser than me, or I can't entertain you, or I can't talk to you. It may be that person that take me above that $250,000 mark. Yeah. My goal next year is trying to make $350,000.
So what is the saying? People seem to put this $1 million on a pedestal, right? And I think Kanye said it. You can spend $1 and you are no longer a millionaire. You're no longer a millionaire. That's all it takes for you.
If you have $1 million.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, stop putting money up here and love down here. You know what I'm saying? Find you somebody that's gonna respect you, love you, treat you right. I mean, I guess respect comes with that, but I guess because somebody can respect you and still treat you like shit. But I think money should be at not the bottom of your list, but it should come after love, respect, a provider, not just financially. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a young lady, with a queen that has a kid. Make sure that this man loves your kid like it's his kid. he can give you that check, but treat your kid like shit. Is that's what you saying? He can give you that check, but not love you.
Yeah.
Cheat on you. My thing is, I think a grown woman would tell you, like, I want a man to actually respect me and love me,
unconditionally.
Yeah,
and we can build from that. Yeah. And like the call we just heard, that was the scenario of my parents. They wasn't looking at, they tax bracket, and they both had, if not two or at least one child apiece before they met. So for him to even raise somebody else's children is phenomenal. For her to take in his son was phenomenal, and then have 3 more and raise them is phenomenal. And none of us beefing. I love all my brothers and sisters. I can call any of them right now if they need me, if I need them, and it's just like that. So if you don't have those fundamental things in a relationship, in the roof, up under the roof of your home, and you're basing it on possessions, you really have an empty house.
Yeah.
You really have an empty life, to me. Because I know if I lose every dollar, the only thing I would want next to me is my children or my queen or the people that love me. That's going to help me. Not, oh, you ain't making this money? No, I can't deal with you. That's kind of, like you said, shallow.
Let's take some calls. At the end of the show, I got something I want to say though, but let's take some calls. Y'all can call in at 313-742-2773. If y'all want me to call you, just text that number, and what I'll do is I'll call you. That's 313-742-2773.
Say it one more time. 313.
Yep.
742.
Let me make sure. I'm giving out numbers and shit,
not checking them.
Yep. 742-2773. 313-742-2773. Text me, and what I'll do is I'll call you. Do not call this phone because you're gonna interrupt the live. Or do not call this phone. They're gonna do it anyway. Watch.
So what are they calling? Who are they calling?
They can just text me and I'll call them.
Oh, text them. So text you their number.
Yep.
And you'll call them.
And I'll call them.
Okay. All right.
But I do want to talk about intentions. What was your intentions on when you called in? Because I think so many people, so social media said that our intentions was to bombard her, to drag her.
It wasn't genuine.
Right.
Ingenuine. Correction, you guys caught me. So I was listening in, and me being a supporter of your show, like I stated on the video, I was just strolling, looking at TV, and I seen that you was going live, and I started to listen. I think I made a couple comments, and when you called me, we just had a conversation. It really was like spontaneous.
Right.
So I didn't have any motive. I didn't have any intentions. I just was communicating. After hearing what she was talking about, I ain't gonna say challenged her, but I just asked her some questions.
Right.
And to be in the hot seat on a talk show, I mean, that's kind of like inevitable. You can't really get mad at that. Every talk show in the history of talk shows, somebody's gonna be in the hot seat.
Or even over talked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or even over talked. And again, if I offended her or anybody that was watching, I apologize for that. But I don't take back what I said. It's a show about opinions.
I'm gonna say this. You know what? I was gonna save it for the end of the show. I'm a little different because I'm still mad. Right. Everybody keeps saying it too, like, where do you stand with it? You know what I'm saying? They like, how do you?
Is she allowed to call in? I mean, I wouldn't want her.
Yeah, she can call in. She can call in.
Or text her or whatnot. Maybe she can clear some stuff up.
I'm not gonna text you to ask you because I know you watching.
Well, you don't know that. You can assume that she's watching. So if she's not watching, and somebody can contact her, maybe she has a little bit more to say, because I would hate to be in a position where I'm not able to defend myself. So maybe she can say
we was in that position.
I didn't feel like I was undefeated, but yeah, we had a conversation, man. It really wasn't no no animosity. Really, it was just what happened afterwards that
So
I
you
was
want to
kind of
call
like
her?
surprised.
You want to call her?
No, I would give her the opportunity if she wants to. If she wants to say something to me, if she wants to say something to you, if she wants to say something to her viewers, give her that opportunity. But
And
I
that's
ain't
what I'm
gonna
saying.
bug her. You know,
And that's what I'm saying. Because I'm not gonna hold you up. This changed me. You know what I'm saying?
well, you learn from it too.
I did learn from it, but I think a lot of people said, you know what? Maybe it's time, because I always played this good guy role. You know what I'm saying? And even high school, middle school, shit like that, played the good guy role. It really never got me nowhere. I think when you play the bad guy role, not that it just gets you more attention, but it lets people know that you not to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people can take you for granted when they think, okay, you know what? In this case, I can get over on this person.
I agree with that. Sometimes you gotta flare up.
You gotta let a motherfucker know.
Yeah.
And a young lady, Delisha Davis, had said that sometimes you gotta show a motherfucker how to treat you.
You gotta become a monster to beat the monster.
True. Because people seem to take advantage of you and think, okay, I can do this to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Maya, go ahead.
That's just a quick question.
Uh-huh.
You said she was your friend for 15 years. Did
Correct.
she ever display that type of energy?
No. And you want me to describe this person, the person that I knew? So me and her originally worked at a fish market. I think it was in Oak Park. She had just moved there. And I think she might have been like 18 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just working there. She was a cashier. I was a cook there. And we was just both trying to just make money, right? I dated her friend and we all became friends. Me and her friend went our separate ways, but me and Z still became friends because she was friends with my sisters. We stayed in contact for the longest time until maybe, because she knows my daughter, I know her daughter. We stayed in contact for maybe about 8 years or something like that. And then the shop closed down. She went her way, I went my way. But we still stayed in contact every blue moon. You know how you just contact somebody and be like, damn, how you been? You know, I ain't seen you in this long. So just recently I ran into her on Facebook because one of our old supervisors was like, where is she at? You know, I'm looking for her. So I was like, well, she on Instagram. I'll look her up and I'll tell her to call you. So I did. And I was like, oh, how you doing? I see you still singing this and that. Would you want to come on the podcast? Because I like different people to come on the podcast. So she was like, yeah, I'll be down. When she came on, I didn't think anything of it. But I think that person changed. Because the person that I knew, the princess that I knew, she was making it, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? She was a single mother. She was very ambitious. She was always making sure that she did whatever she could for her daughter, but she was just making it, barely making it. I was barely making it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the hunger she became vicious. You know what I'm saying? I think that hunger to just be famous or to be somebody or just to be in the light has changed her.
So in your opinion, because this is about opinion.
Right.
Do you feel like she was an average woman?
Y'all want
I'm not just speaking on the looks, you know.
Yeah, because you know her. I don't know her, you know.
Is she average?
I'm gonna say this.
Would you date her?
Would I date her? Yes.
Yeah, we're not talking about her looks. Like, we talking about her personality and things like that.
Okay, so the person from back in the days, would I date her? Yes. Mm-hmm. The person who she is now, no. When I say that, because and let me play this before I say this, okay? So this is how I feel.
We gonna go ahead and smoke all these motherfuckers. I don't care who the fuck out there. God damn it.
I'm not.
Man, fuck that. I ain't letting that shit ride. We gonna go ahead and smoke all these motherfuckers. I don't care who the fuck out there. God damn it.
And that's just how I feel. The good guy is gone, y'all. So that motherfucker's dead. So in that, to answer your question, is she average? No, she's basic. When I say she's basic, because you catch average females back then, she would have been an average female that's on her way to greatness, because I seen how much fight she had in her. I seen that she was a mother. I seen that she wanted it. So that made her great. And she could have been a perfect woman. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have ran into her and I was just about looks or whatnot, or we linked up, I probably, not to say I wanted this person, but that's somebody I could say, you know what, that's a good woman. I can see any man wanting her. Now, no.
Is it any room? I'm sorry, did you have another question?
I did, but I can wait.
Is there any room for redemption? I think
no.
No room for redemption.
Fuck no. You burn me. And because
why, if she just had an opinion?
Well, it's not about her opinion. It's about you burnt me. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in her words.
So it's nothing that she can do to be like,
nah. Because you show me what you want. And you will probably do it to me, or you will do it to another person again. You know what I'm saying? That's no different than and I believe in forgiveness, but that's no different than like you will see a scammer. If something comes so easy, a motherfucker will do it again. You catch these scammers, they get caught, then they get out and they go right back to scamming because it was easy. So the way she did this to me, you might not do it to me again. You may say sorry to me, or you may say that was not my intentions. And do I believe that was her intentions? No, but she can say that and then turn around and do it to somebody else. That still makes you an ugly person. I don't like
I hear what you're
being
saying.
around ugly people. If you're willing to hurt somebody, regardless if it's me, a family member, or anybody in the world, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
How you feel? You feel like you should give a person another chance after they emotionally burn you? Because I don't let me say this before you answer that. I don't think nobody really knew that by her snipping a portion of that video and posting it that it'd go viral.
True.
So after it did, obviously she felt some type of way about it in a good way. Like, wow, okay, so I want to keep this going. You know, what if she came on and said, you know what, I want to ask everybody that made those comments to apologize to Mike and his guests about name calling, you know, not about necessarily what they said, because what they said is their opinion. And look at the show, look at the entirety of the video. Would that help? Would you allow that?
Probably not, bro.
I
mean, I gotta be.
I'm just saying. It's just a question.
You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta be honest. I look at it like this. So the original person that created Facebook was not Mark Zuckerberg, right? He still, once he stole it, he still gave old boy a check, right? It still doesn't make it right. You still fucked me. And that's how I looked at it. It's only in this situation because even then when I asked her.
So it's like stabbing you and giving you a Band-Aid.
Yeah, because more than anything, I asked you not, and people don't know, like I asked her, don't post anything else, just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? It'll die down. And she said yes. She said, okay, fine.
And then did it again.
Got the fuck off and did it again.
Oh, wow.
So it's more like, and then I even have a text message where you said like, we can split the money. So it tells me you're doing this for money. You don't give a fuck about my name. You don't give a fuck about my platform, because people was like, shut his shit down. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't, and you seen those comments and you didn't care about that. So that little money that you're making off of it, if that's worth our friendship, then, and you proving it, then I mean, hell no, I can't accept that. You know what I'm saying?
Bother you at all that she does not think that she is a woman? Or
fuck no, I don't care about that.
You, no?
No, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? You catch women out here to say I'm a dime, I'm a bad bitch, all of that. You know what I'm saying? You should think highly of yourself. That's up to you. But like I say, if I say you not, that doesn't mean my opinion is true, but I'm still entitled to my opinion. Look at it was a young lady on here, and I don't say her name. It was a young lady on here that said, went on there on my live and was like, oh, this is what you look like. Oh yeah, I see why you're ugly. Okay. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? That's your opinion. I can't
But what
make
does
you.
that have to do with the situation at hand? Like,
That didn't have shit to do with nothing.
Even if you are, like you just said, everybody got their opinions. What does that have to do with what we talking about?
At nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tried to tell her. Like, where are you coming with it with this? Like that. But see, that's the internet trolls, because they're gonna find anything. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna
nobody called. Nobody calls. They hide behind the screen. Nobody called the night up or the next day when you was.
They
like,
hide
hey.
behind fake pages. All of that. But it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, do I think young?
We gotta be ugly to somebody. We gotta be ugly to somebody.
Because my thing is, if God made me the only cold motherfucker in the world, right? I'm the only bad. Because even look at this, and I think for her and most people, you would hear people compare themselves to somebody like, yeah, I'm especially when I was younger, like, yeah, I'm young Morris Chestnut, but Morris Chestnut is ugly to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Not, he may be the world's sexiest man or whatever, and Ebony or something like that year, but that doesn't mean everybody gonna look at him and say, oh yeah, he cold. And that's what I'm saying. That does not bother me that she thinks that way. I wouldn't give two shits. She can, because I respected her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I told her more than anything when she said, don't call me queen. Okay, all right, princess. You know what I'm saying? I could have said, you know what? No, fuck that. I'm calling you female or whatever. But I respected you not only as a woman, but also as a friend. So I called you what you wanted to be called.
What was the insult behind queen? Where was that? What was the insult?
It was a queen has too many roles. That was her words.
Or her defense.
Everybody has a role, though.
She said a queen has to control the throne, and I was like, well, no, that's only if your king is deceased. A queen doesn't have a role like that. The king is there for that. You know what I'm saying? He has to go to war. Now, if he's deceased, then yeah, you're next in line, unless he has a son. Now, if it's a prince, that prince becomes a king, regardless of what age. You know what I'm saying? But she just didn't want that responsibility, she said.
And you respected it. And you called her what
and I did. But on the flip side, when I said, you know what, I don't want to be called Antoine no more, I want to be called a king, it was like, no, I would not call you that. So that's why I say the conversation was so one-sided.
She said that?
Yeah, she was like, no, I'm not calling you that. She was like, I look at as a king at a high point. So you telling me I'm not high enough to be called a king, but you want to be called above average? You can't even call me something that's just an average word.
Yeah, I think it's just slang.
Yeah.
It's just slang, and it's better to call you a nigga or a boy.
Or broke or a clown.
Or broke, So when I see a woman that's probably not making a lot of money, it don't bother me. They queen,
You still a queen.
Yeah, it don't bother me to call you king. When I call, what's up, king?
And that's how
it's just slang. And
it's a sign of respect rather than saying, what up, nigga?
Exactly.
Just damn, why I don't have to be that. I can be, what's up, my brother? I even use that. I say that to white people. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just a term of endearment to show that I have respect for you. You know what I'm saying? I may be black, you might be white, but I still look at you as a brother, especially if we working hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? But with her remarks, I just think they were childish. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, after this show, I don't really want to discuss her anymore. You know what I'm saying? Lady J, because a woman wants to talk to her. And I don't even have to be on the show that episode. You know what I'm saying?
Is she reachable?
Lady J, actually, she is not on the show. She's not free. She's actually at a comedy show.
Oh, okay.
I did want to have Mike on here. I don't know if you watch my show, but Mike is a white guy. I would never put him through that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have so many people that'll be so close-minded. They'll say, oh, so now you got this white guy telling a black woman how to to protect him. But he did want to come on the show. I said, Mike, I don't think it's best.
I'm curious to know what he thinks. Is he reachable?
Is she married?
Who?
The young lady, was she married?
No.
But she has kids.
She has one daughter.
And she didn't want to be married.
At this moment, she said no.
Did she want more children?
She said no.
No. Why wasn't she married in the first place when she had
She said it was 3 different guys that asked her to marry.
I think it was 2.
Well, it was 3. Oh, so
3,
she said
okay.
3, and then it was 1 right now that was willing to marry her, but she said,
like, so she actually got a ring, because having a discussion about being married one day does not mean that you were proposed to.
That's true. Because the motherfucker could just say, yeah, I do want to marry you. You're going to be my wife. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So was it a real thing? Like, did he get on one knee and propose to her?
How many women would just say no?
Yeah.
In a room with people, and he get on one knee, and she's dating him, and she say no. That's kind of like, I don't know, was you capping? You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling her a liar, but it's you know, I don't know.
It's far-fetched, like, and then for it to keep happening multiple times, like, and you're supposed to be this great woman. I said that she's not,
right.
But since she is above average and she doesn't even put herself on a map, it just seems like, you know, she would be
married.
Wedded,
yeah. Turned down 2.
You turned it down 2, 3,
or 3
times.
Like that's a lot.
Y'all tell me, y'all wanted to make it. Y'all wanted to...
Nah, man.
You sure?
If she wanted to call, she would have called. If she wanted to talk, she would have talked. I don't think this is a
and I'm not trying to bash her at all.
A platform.
At all. I
it's your opinion, you know, and you're entitled to have that, and then as well as you and I.
Yeah.
But it, you know, you can kind of like put 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of like tell when somebody really like blowing smoke. And I'm not saying she is. It's just a general statement. But it just don't seem like a woman in this day and time, when a Black woman has a lesser chance of being married versus other nationalities. You know, our rate is 1 in every 4 women will ever experience marriage.
And especially if you love them. Because she did say she loved every last one of them. So it's like,
so if they,
why wouldn't you?
Well, how old was she?
33.
She's 33 now.
And when were these proposals?
She said one. She said one when she was younger.
And what was younger? Because 33
that
is
I
quite
don't know.
Young, you know.
That I don't know. She just said it when I was younger. And then the other 2, I assumed that they was just recently, you know, in the last maybe 4 or 5 years.
But let's add some hot sauce to the show. Give her a call. I'm curious.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I know.
Because all I gotta say is call her and just say, do you want to speak your piece, or do you know, if you want to tell your side, do you want to conversate without having emotion or damage? I just don't have time for that one again. Let's see.
Could you imagine that? Proposing and no, would you do it again?
No.
I mean, not to that same woman.
If I propose to a woman, and that woman said no, she wouldn't get another proposal.
She wouldn't get another proposal.
No. I don't know. That's kind of hard.
Is it just because you would do it in front of people, or?
Yeah, I would. That's kind of, you know, we always say what we will do until we at that moment. So I really don't know, but I would hope if I, you know, propose to a woman and she says no, she wouldn't do it in front of a multitude of people. But that's to me that's a real proposal, right? To me, a fake proposal is like we in a closet and I'm like, hey, what up, though? You know, a woman really wants to have her nails done, her hair done. I know her women say, you know, don't propose to me, and I ain't looking at all that, you know. Yeah. So.
Hello, can I speak to Zion?
No, Zion, bro.
Okay. So hold on, what number is that? Because she got 2 of them. Let's call this one.
Yeah, who was that out there?
So you don't put one of her exes on there. Tell them I'm not here. Hello, can I speak to Zion?
Wrong number.
What? This motherfucker, did she check? You know what? No, that's
that she doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, that, because that one right there is probably her friend.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that one.
And we're not here to team up on nobody. We just had some questions, but
because I surely want to know how do you get these proposals.
And honestly, I wish her the best. You know, I hope she receives everything she's looking for in terms of her, success in her podcast or clothing brand, et cetera, et cetera. But
not the brand.
Go ahead.
I ain't even finna bother with it. Cause I mean, if she wants to, I'll send that invite out to her. But I want it to be on the all one. I think me and you have said enough about the stuff. I wouldn't put another man on a platform with her, so it'll probably be an all woman platform, just to open her eyes and say, because maybe when women hear things from other women, then I think it
resonates.
Yeah, rather than us saying it, then a lot of women may say, "Oh, they're bashing."
Very hard for a black man to critique black women. We almost can't say anything,
and it's not our job. I just think we're just giving our opinion, and it's like, this is how we feel. Because so look at this. I had a conversation with a young lady at work, and I said, do you think women are hard to learn for men? Because you hear men say, man, women are so hard to understand. They're like
some men, but I think it just takes some time. If you want to try to figure that woman out, then you put that little extra time in. If I really think about it, out of all the relationships that I have, I don't really feel like I, until now, can say that I met somebody that got me figured out for real. Like they know how to handle me, really.
Was it just because they didn't take the time, or it just wasn't in them?
I guess a little of both.
Okay.
Yep, a little of both.
But
I don't think that women are hard to deal with. Like, we are just very emotional. And I think once y'all learn that, like, it will be easy.
I think a mature man can navigate through it, but if you young and juvenile, it can be taxing, because a lot of what I know now, I didn't know in the past. And it was hard. It was hard figuring out a woman could be different based on her cycle. It was hard to figure out that women can want attention without asking you. It was hard to figure out they want you to read their minds. It was a lot, and again, by me having these experiences with women, I learned that, and that doesn't come at a young age, So if you have the proper man to be able to, like you said, have patience and know the woman that he's dealing with, and also have these experiences, these tools in his bag, he'd be more successful, because there's times when I can say, I'm a disregard what she said because she's just emotional. I can understand that you probably have a stressful day at work and you coming home and you're probably not yourself, and all of that takes wisdom. All of that takes observation. All of that takes experiences, I think men are pretty regular, we're pretty logical,
and that's what
it really don't take a lot. I know I don't require a whole lot at all, maybe my peace and at home and, just a couple hours on the TV, but most times I do what you ask me to do, and it's vice versa. You do what I ask you to do. I hope you know me, you know what I'm saying? And I think you do, I feel like I know you real well, so.
Y'all all right over there? Y'all getting mushy. But I only stated that because in most cases, a man will tell you his handbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, most men don't want you to throw things up in their face. Most men definitely don't belittle us, don't call us bitches, stuff like that. We'll tell you things like that. Because I'm jumping back onto what you stated when you said, can I fix it? This person knew me to the point, can she fix it? This person knew me to the point where I let her know that I don't deal with shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I say, like, I can't accept her. I can accept her apology, but I'll never forget, because you know me. Her friend did me like this. So it's like, you turned around and you did the exact same thing as that person. So that's why I think it's so hard for me just to forgive and forget, because it's bold, it's foul, it's fucked up. But I do wish her nothing but the best. have this turn me cold somewhat, or just made my trust be different, because me and Mike discussed where if she comes on the show, you gotta leave your phone out, leave your phone in the car, you know what I'm saying, or on the table, whatever, because and I'm not trying to do that with everybody, because I'm not saying Mike is gonna take my content and chop it up and turn it into what he wants.
I would just take this for what it is and just look at it like this. Rather they're looking at you bad or good, they're looking at you. They're looking at you. Thank you. If you really listening to it, and this is not to be so judgmental, but it just makes me think that something is really wrong there. For you to even, you're 33. Shit, don't call me princess. I'm not a princess. I'm not your princess. And the whole, you could get anybody in the world. Like, let's be a little bit more realistic. What if the man that you want don't even want you? Like, you can't have anything and anybody in the world that you want. Right. You can't do that. You can't think like that. You got to be logical. It didn't sound like she was just trying to be like that. She wanted to give you a hard time.
And it didn't. Yeah, because it didn't get into a hard time until
I showed up.
But you know, but like, and I listened to your part, and the only thing I can honestly say, it was just a little insensitive when you laughed. So outside of that, it was nothing wrong with it. Like, that's just a bit much to think that you can get anybody.
I think I said delusional. And the root word,
though, like, for
real.
Real.
It's not an insult. The root word of delusional is an illusion. You know, you're looking at something
I'm an attractive woman, and I know that I can't get with Idris Elba as much as I be fantasizing about it. Right. But like, I know that that's not gonna happen. That's not happening.
I think she would say, well, why not? Why can't you have Idris Elba?
And that's what a lot of women on there said.
Bump into Idris Elba. How am I even gonna get in his presence like that? I'm regular. What about me is shining for him to even look at me?
Now somebody would say, well, you got low self-esteem.
No, not at all. Like, I'm being for real. I think I'm
realistic.
Real. Like, I'm being realistic. Yeah. I feel like when you
be so optimistic, you become unrealistic.
Yeah.
You can be so optimistic, like this can happen. You know.
Direction anyway.
Because even look at it like this: if you said, when will I ever be around him? Right? Even if you go find him, just say she say, well, I can go find him, and if I want him, I can have him. But then wouldn't that be a little stalkerish, where you're looking for somebody?
You're just a deranged fan now.
Yeah.
You're just a deranged fan. If I'm telling you that I don't want you, please don't keep pursuing yourself.
Right. Because now that's that, like I said on the show, and that just rapist mentality. Like, you can just have whatever you want.
You're pushing yourself on to somebody. If they don't want you, they don't want you.
Yeah, I hear it.
Because it's gonna be everybody's cup of tea.
And that's understandable. That's understandable. And I think that's where she lost reality at. You know what I'm saying? Think how you want to think. Like we said at the end of the show.
But how's she selling herself up? I want to know this. Like, so if she was in a market for a man, I understand that she said that she wasn't. But how would you sell yourself if you are above average? Like you said, what do you do?
She said she doesn't have to.
But you would have to. You would have
there
to.
There you go. Oh, I agree.
What would you say? What makes you above average?
She just said, I just am.
Pretty much.
And then forgive me for laughing again, but it's just
no. I mean, and honestly, that's why you catch so many people. And I asked this question. I've asked this question to a lot of women on the show and also at work. Like, okay, what do you want out of a man? And then she say, my man has to have this, and this. Okay. And then I ask, like you say, what are you bringing to the table, or what are you bringing to him? You know what that most of them say? No bullshit.
What?
Me. I'd be like, well, who are you?
More like a liability type of thing. Like, I'm not gaining anything from just
you.
Let's take a pause. Let's not be facetious, because I think everybody can agree to women know what men look at.
Of course.
They know what we want. They know that they put their clothes on a certain way.
Do you think they do? Really do? When I and not to cut you off, but when I really say that, because a lot of men say that they don't like weave. but women do it, and they don't do it for us. They do it for themselves.
Mhm.
Some of them do it for dudes, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them do it for themselves. So when you say like women know what men want, I think not all men.
Not all women.
Well, not all women, or because when things change. When I was younger, I wanted the coldest motherfucker, right? And women would probably make themselves up to say, you know what, he gonna like this and this and that. But that's not where I'm at no more. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody that can be my friend, that's gonna bring me peace, that's gonna understand, that's gonna work with me. Not somebody that's got to be eye candy. I just had a conversation with somebody at work about that, where they stated and was like, yeah, I don't want no bad chick no more.
Ooh, I don't know about that
because
I like for my chick to be.
I definitely understand that though.
Because it's high maintenance, and it's not lessening yourself. You just saying what you don't want to deal with. You lucked up, you know what I'm saying, because you have a humble young lady that loves you, and she is beautiful, you know what I'm saying. But most of them not like that, bro.
They not.
Look
why
Princess is beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look how she thought.
Yeah, and that's what makes her, probably not so much of a good.
Why would I want to deal with that?
I wouldn't want to, and I wouldn't want somebody to overly inflate their perception of themselves. I would want somebody to represent me. And I think me and her is a good match. I don't think she would, and she could, brother, let me tell you, everywhere we go, it's heads turning and everything. And she could carry herself in a way that I'm a bad B, but she don't. She actually don't like attention. She said, I want your attention. I don't want their attention.
Right.
So how many people you meeting? How many people you coming across that got that type of man? Not a lot, man.
Not many.
They got to be online. They got to be shaking something. They got to be showing something. And she not like that. Honestly, I encourage her to show some more skin. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I encourage her to dress a little bit, sexier. And she can, and she does when I ask her. So yeah, it's just I guess it comes down to preference as well. But at the same time, I think everyone needs to be able to embrace reality.
Right.
And then act accordingly. If you're an adult, if you mature, you don't always have to be on top. You don't always have to be seen. You don't always have to have money to be happy.
No one's on top all the time.
Yeah, you can fall tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you really holding up in the balance to be great? Because to me it's morals, it's trust, it's being dependable,
respect,
loyalty,
yeah,
respect, all of that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, gravity is undefeated. We all gonna get old. Them titties gonna sag, that ass gonna sag, our face is gonna get lines into the skin, it's gonna get rough, and then what? Then what you got?
Who are you?
Yeah.
That bad chick or that
she'll be
above
a regular
average
chick.
Yeah. I mean,
y'all feel like that y'all make women feel like that though?
Above? No, I
like that they feel like they need to be a bad bitch. Like y'all give y'all attention to those type of women, right? So like I feel this is what I really feel like y'all men have made women feel like they need to go out here and be made up, dolled. Y'all give y'all attention. Not saying y'all,
right? No, I got what you said.
They go to strip clubs or whatever, and they like to spend their time with these bad bitches. So like I feel like they try to make themselves that to get your attention.
I agree 100%. But if a wise woman knows what valuable men want, which is different from what everybody is doing in the streets, because I've entertained dancers, I've entertained big booties, I've entertained a pretty woman, but I never gave them a ring. They never reached your status. I never took care of them in the way that I take care of you. So I can see it being kind of confusing. Like, damn, okay, here I am. I'm this female, and my man, he always cheating on me with this bad bitch, or he always going to the club to get these, big titty, big booty bitches. What about me? It does seem confusing, but a real man, and I think a lot of young women meet a lot of boys or sometimes real good women meet a lot of boys. And when you meet that real man, he's going to show you something different. He's going to make you feel appreciated for who you are, no matter how big your waist is or how big your chest is, you know? So again, when you start to put in the balance the things that really mean something as a woman, and then you start to see if the guy that you're dating have those same type of attributes to those things, and then that's when it can come together and work. But yeah, if the average guy in the club ain't looking for no wife, the average guy in the bar ain't looking for no wife, you know, you can even look how he approach you. You know, to me, I can afford buffs, but I'll never wear them just because of the notation that comes behind it. You know, I can have a iced out chest, you know, but it's just that notation that comes behind it. These are the ones that pretty much that be on that BS, you know. But that quiet guy that you work in a plant with that's not really into a lot of drama, he'd probably be the one that'll treat you right, you know. Imagine the average guy getting.
But y'all don't want that though, is what I'm saying. Y'all don't be wanting that. I get that same type of stigma. Like when people look at me, they be looking at me and think like, oh, she's a city girl. She got a real big butt. Like she, you know, like
yeah, you're
like,
right.
you know,
and I would confess and say when I first seen her, I didn't think that she was who she was. But when I found out about who she was, I'm like, oh, I got a diamond, you know? So yeah, so I guess sometimes a woman can give off a certain persona to get certain type of attention, because what you are is what you attract, right? So if let's just say 50% of the women said every Saturday we're gonna wear a business suit, we're gonna wear a dress, we're not gonna have these long nails, we're not gonna have these long lace, we're gonna do our hair the best we can, we're gonna have minimum amount of makeup. I bet you she'll get approached by more men than she would boys.
Depends if the boy is,
or probably both.
Yeah,
you know,
because if he's confident in himself, he's gonna try.
Yeah,
it doesn't make a difference.
I've been in a position where I had to change my approach just because how she looked. Yeah. Right. So I've, seen a young lady at a bank. I ain't say, "What's up, boo? What's up? How you doing?" Hey, how you doing? My name is this. But if you are here and you look in a certain type of way, automatically they're gonna think, well, this is how I'm gonna approach her. You know what I'm saying? So again, you are what you attract. And if you're not attracting what you're looking for, you may need to change what you put on or how you present yourself.
Because even in the same scenario, you say we don't want the bad chick, the made up chick or whatnot, right?
I think she said we do.
Y'all do.
Well,
we say y'all don't. You say you don't, but you will have this plain Jane at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the strip club and you want to go turn up with this turn up girl. She got her makeup on, her tight jeans on, her boobs are hanging out. But this is exactly what you're telling your girl at home that you don't want. But you're leaving home to go in the face of someone that you're saying that you're not wanting. You're confusing me.
So look at it like this. So if I can have any car I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me the best car is a Maserati or just say a Vet. Just because it looks good doesn't mean I want it. I can be just fine driving this Impala for the simple facts because I know that item, which is that Vet, is going to be high maintenance, but it's just fun to drive in. When you hear somebody say that, I heard a post where it was like, why do guys turn around and have good women at home, but they cheat with rats? Because a lot of women seem to think that we like high maintenance rats, right? Usually what makes that person a rat is because it's just not my wife or it's just not my girl. But usually that person can probably be the most humblest person. She don't have to be the baddest motherfucker. I've dated some big girls. I've dated some ugly girls. And out of all of them, the average chick was probably the best women that I've ever came across. She didn't have to be a dime. The dime was a headache because that person, just like I wanted her, it's 100 other niggas out here that want her too. And it took me a minute to learn that that's not where it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Find the person that respects you, loves you, and just want to be there. They don't have to be that bad chick, because that average girl, she don't mean she not bad. Because like you say, somebody want her, somebody not gonna want her. Just like that baddie, the stripper. I don't like strippers. You know what I'm saying? She can be the coldest motherfucker in the world, but that's just not for me. I
You
just
don't go to strip clubs
I've been to 2 strip clubs twice
in your life?
in my life. I just don't believe in dishing my money out to something when I know if I got my lady at home, I can just come home and look at my lady. That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a waste. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But no, just give me the average girl. Somebody's just gonna love and respect me and just be my piece. You ain't gotta be a bad one. You can't be 350.
Careful what you
You can be about 180. You know what I'm saying? 190. Maybe 200 is pushing it. But you can definitely you can be ugly. Shit, just long as I'm just saying it. If ugly, because you know why? Because nobody else want them.
Wow.
Nah, let me go fuck with you.
You making all your exes check it. Like, damn,
no, just long as I'm not looking for I'm not looking for looks no more. I just want somebody that's just down. You ain't gotta be the coldest one. You just don't have to.
I'm not gonna say that. I wouldn't say
that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, because I gotta wake up to your face. Like, no.
I wake up to your face.
You should want to look good for the person that gotta look at you.
Long as I look good, baby, we look good.
That's crazy.
I mean, my thing is,
you don't want the compliments.
Nah,
I like.
You know what?
Like that. When somebody can say, "Girl, he is," because he come up to my job and like, "Woo."
I like that.
Ooh, you got one.
My you ain't got to tell my lady that.
Mm-hmm.
I can just be like, hey, shit, she cooked. Not be the coldest one. She cooked for me though. This lady loves me. She respects me, because that same dude that says, man, your wife look good, right? His wife could be treating him like shit. She could be bad as hell and treating him like shit. So I mean, I just want a genuine person. You ain't. If not, that's a plus. If I get a bad one that's genuine, then that's a plus. But nah, before looks, give me peace, respect, love, and all of that before the looks.
So what attracts you to her if you don't care? When
you get to know me, you know what I'm saying? Just get to know me and just conversations, because I give anybody a chance. I don't know if she heard the stories. If you heard the stories in the past, watch that fly by you. I'm sorry. But it was a young lady this was back in the day when IG Messenger was on, and I met a young lady on there, and she catfished me. But when she came down, I still showed her the utmost respect. You know what I'm saying? I cooked for her. I ran a bath for her. We had music playing.
Really? That.
Yeah. But she was
hideous.
Terrible. Wow. Yeah.
What made her ugly?
She was terrible. I'll say this. She was cool. She was cool as fuck, right? But the picture that she showed me, she was like a little more thick or whatnot. But when she came down, she was skinny as hell. So I don't know if she was sick or what, but she was bald headed, like real. This was during the times where, you know, bald headed wasn't in. She was like bald headed, and not Jada Pickett bald headed. It was like dry patch.
Oh
so
my God.
I asked her, was she all right? She was like, yeah, no, I'm good, you know, this and that. So I'm like, all right, I ain't take it personal. And I showed her the utmost respect. My thing is,
you're a different guy, bro.
Yeah.
You better than me.
Because
why would you even allow somebody to approach you like that? Like, you don't feel like, come on, stop playing with me. Like, you don't feel like that?
Nah, who am I to tell somebody to stop playing with me, though? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Who am I to tell somebody like, nah, you can't fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who they are. You can probably be somebody that God sent to me. Like, girl, go ahead. That's your one. I don't know that. That's why when I asked her that question, do you think that you can miss out on something good? That might be who God intended on me to be with. He might say, you know what, you a good looking dude, she ugly as shit. Y'all put y'all looks together, hey, y'all come out with something good. I can't say that.
I think it's okay for you to say
Be respected.
you're not my you're
have
not
a
my
standard,
type or have a
you know.
standard. That's fine. Because again, you're not gonna be everyone's cup of tea.
True.
You ain't gotta be like you ugly, but if a person is not,
get the fuck away from me.
If I can't stand to look at your face, I can't talk to you. Or if you ain't gonna make yourself look nice and I'm looking nice.
So look at this. Do you realize it's a cup and it's a few that was cold, right? And literally I rolled over in the morning, looked, and was like, who the fuck is this?
So they don't look the same.
There you
after
go.
their makeup.
No one does. And most people don't. You know what I'm saying? Some women, you can take the makeup off and then you just be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But so my thing is, I'd rather you just come with your best face forward and just say, this is who I am. But genuinely, I like you. You know what I'm saying? Can I get to know you? We can have a conversation. Now, it's up to me where if you're an ugly person on the outside and an ugly person on the inside, then it'd be like, you know what? Yeah, no, this isn't gonna work.
I think that scenario happens more times than not. I think we have a multitude of beautiful women, but when they open their mouth, it's just like, never.
Because that's the end point right there.
I think a person
you
can't
gave that look like.
I think
I want to know, what do they say?
Something.
Loud.
You have to make at least 80,000.
Cursing, disrespectful.
Yeah.
No class, no integrity. It's just like, nah, I could never.
Because in that situation, if she was in the club and I walked up to her and I said, hey, how you doing? Of course I would say queen, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll say, how you doing, black woman, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if I came up to you and I said, how you doing, queen? And you was like, don't call me a queen, I'm a princess. That's strike number one. But then I turn around and I'm having a conversation with you. It was like, well, what are you doing, this and that? And you was like, do you make 80,000? I'm like, what? Right there and then it's like, you have a good day. It's nothing for me to talk about. So you can be beautiful, because what do they say? You can even dress a garbage can up. That don't mean is worth anything. You know what I'm saying? Because she can be beautiful on the outside, but just ain't worth shit on the inside. That's why when you say depending on when you talk, you get so many women that are talking and say something, you be like, ugh.
The more they talk, the more you disgust it. I've seen that happen plenty of times. And I'm the type of person that likes to listen more than I do like to talk. So I could just sit down and just observe. And I can tell a lot about that person just from what they say. And then I'm also a sapiosexual. So if you're intelligent, then you'll get my attention. If you're talking about something, you're talking about substance and not I don't know.
Gossip.
Just gossip, just garbage. Yeah, you really got my attention. If you're talking about, well, hey, this is what I did last week. I'm about to read this book. I'm trying to finish this book. I'm a conscious woman. That's attractive. Knowing who they are.
Yeah.
So, but you don't get that a lot. But again, you have to, like I just said, you have to make sure that you're putting out that type of energy to attract those type of women. If you find yourself in a club and you're trying to look for a respectable woman, it's probably not a good chance you'll find one there.
They say don't go to the club if you're looking for a woman.
They say go to the club.
Don't go to the club if you're looking for,
Yeah.
Nah, why would
you go to the club to look for a man or a woman?
And then you expect that woman to stop doing that when you get with her.
You go to the club too much.
Yeah.
I would like to find my queen in a grocery store,
Church.
If we weren't dating. Yeah, church. Doing something productive at a park, reading, whatever. Yeah. So
Alexa, most incredible said that's how you did Lady J. You remember Lady J?
What'd I do to her? I remember Lady
Did you
J.
watch that? Did you watch that show where it was fellas night? It wasn't fellas night. It's a man's world.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1. She was very combative, right? And he said, not only the men were supposed to be listening. Go ahead.
Is this the other young lady that said she was engaged like 6 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so and that's another thing, and I'm not trying to be funny because who am I? If it happened, it happened. But how old are these girls? And how?
So Lady J is a little older. Little J. Lady J is maybe 40 or almost 40.
How far apart are these relationships? When are you meeting these people for you to just get 6 proposals? That's a lot. And I'm sitting back and I like to think that I'm a good catch. And I have not received not one. So like, and y'all getting 6.
Sure.
6.
Yeah.
And you telling me out of 6 men, not one of them
qualified.
And more than anything, I'm gonna say this. In defense of the women, I don't think that defines the quality of them. It defines the quality of a man. Because you have so many men that'll just say it to shut you up.
To say what?
Yeah, we're gonna get married. I know a lot of women that literally a dude just did it because they got caught cheating and did it, or they fucked up and did it,
and just brought up the topic,
or it was a holiday, or brought up the topic. Yeah.
But never proposed or got married. Really went along with it.
True.
Right. So if he ain't even showed you, if he haven't, I'm just not understanding if he ain't brought a ring to you, and a ring that you still have in your possession.
Did she say she still had the rings or something like that?
She did. I remember that. Because I didn't go to work. And I was like, this is so interesting.
She did say she kept the ring.
She said she kept the ring.
Yeah, every single ring.
So you got 6 rings. Who do you think you are?
Tom Brady.
Like, why do you even need to hold on to them like that?
But no, Lexus said that you because remember he had stated to her, he said, do you listen? He said, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for you can listen. And she started listening. And they thought it was hilarious out here. Really? They was rolling that day, bro. They was like, ooh, shit. And I think that it threw her off because she did start listening.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Even after that show? Or she's still the same person?
You got to watch that. She's a very passionate person.
And she cool. I like her energy.
In her defense, she's very passionate and she's lived a lot. So she has a lot of stories and I think she wants to express them. But also she is someone that tries to enlighten a lot of women. I can't say I've heard her bash men. You know what I'm saying? I think she is on the even playing field. But she's more of a person who was like, listen, sister, we're not going to do that. This is wrong. That's not right. Listen, brother. No, she's on both parties.
What you expected the other lady to be like?
Princess?
Yeah. He was expecting.
You know why I invited her to the show? Somebody asked me that. I invited her to the show because I expected her to, she's the flowers, the trees. And I said that on the show, like she's like a Jill Scott. She's like an Erykah Badu. I expected her not to be biased. I expected her to say, brothers, it's okay. Sisters, it's okay. And I expected that from her.
She came across really soft-spoken, like I was telling you over the phone. Like I said, I listened to the video and she didn't seem really agitated really until I got on there. So that's why I was kind of like surprised about, what happened afterwards. Because you had a question? Yeah, like I said, I listened to the video and I'm like, wow, she seemed cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I guess it just took a left turn.
So Most Incredible says she's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Wow.
I'm gonna say this. When she speaks, I expected her to. Well, I thought from the person that I knew that she would understand fairness. Because I did ask her one scenario, and what threw me off, because I asked her one scenario, I said a guy ended up getting cheated on by his girl. Very wrongful. She did them both. And she used that favorite word that a lot of women use is but still. And I'm like, but you do realize when you say but, you make him into the victim now. And she was like, but it's kind of his fault because he should have vetted her. He should have known what type of woman he was getting with. I'm like, no, there is no sign that says I'm a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
You would avoid it. You would avoid it at all costs if you knew.
Right.
That.
And that's why I tried to make it seem. I told her, I said, you can't do that because if I cheat on you, are you wrong? I can't sit here and say, oh, well, you know what? The sex wasn't good anymore, because I could have just left.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I be trying to get people to understand. Just equality on that level. If I stab you, I was wrong. Don't say, well, but still. No, when you do that, but still word, I hate when people use that word. Not even just females, but men too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I hold a lot of my brothers and I hold myself accountable. You know what I'm saying? People ask me, have you ever cheated? Hell yeah, I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
Have I had a piece of shit time? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Do I think I outgrew that? Yes. But I can't sit here and make it seem like I was this great dude my whole life. I'm not. I've cheated on people. I've said things wrong. I've done things wrong. Can I apologize for them? Yes, because with being a man, not a boy, you have to understand that it's okay to say sorry, especially if you hurt somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree. Apologies is always a mature way of handling things, and even in an apology, you can always still have your own opinion.
True.
And mean what you say. You know, and we all grow, we all evolve. You know, and sometimes these things we learn later in life versus sooner.
Hopefully, it's not too late though for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people hold shit on and won't say nothing. Then Jody dead. Then it's like, damn, I wanted to say sorry.
Right.
No, you should have said it when he was here. And no different than her. I can accept her.
You think y'all will ever talk again?
Knowing me, probably not. I'm just being honest. Am I not being honest though? Knowing me, no, because I'm not gonna reach out. I'm not gonna reach out.
Would you accept the call if she reach out? Well, we just
depends what I'm doing.
Okay.
If I'm at work, fuck no. I'm swiping up. Because I don't want to hear no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All I want to hear is the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to feed me no bullshit. And especially if I'm at work and you gonna feed me bullshit, I'm gonna get.
I still think she worthy of redemption, man. Maybe I'm just, being too optimistic, but I don't think what she did was so horrible that she's anathematized from apologizing and making it right.
No, she can apologize. I just don't think it's no making it right.
It's just okay. Well, you're your own man. I mean, you set your own standards. So
I'm 40. I'll be 42 in 2 weeks, right? You think I got time to be around people like that? I just don't. I'm trying to weed shit like that out of my life.
True.
Because it can, as they say, the new thing, low vibrations. So my thing is,
didn't she say that
she did. She said we on some low vibration type shit. So when I pass on to the other life, I don't want to know that I gave somebody a chance that possibly could fuck me over when I'm in that grave. You know what I'm saying? Because people show you who they are.
I think I would want to talk to her again if I was you. Just, I would just let her know that, I'm just want to look at it from a realistic point of view. I want you to be for real. Because you can't be approaching nobody with that type of attitude if you're trying to really build something with somebody out here. Ain't nobody accepting that you beginning the end of everything. No.
So if I do that, right, for both of y'all, right, and she gets offensive off of it and posts some shit like he just called me and said,
well, we just tried to call and she, wasn't available.
Her. If that's what she needs to do to make herself feel better, go ahead.
Because I'm gonna tell you,
knew that it was good intentions on your
of
side,
course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if she doesn't feel like that, let her feel how that's her opinion. That's her thing. If that's how she wanna rock, let her rock like that.
Because that's what upsetted me more than anything, because I was not trying to make her, but just like, you don't see where you did anything wrong. Don't take the posting the video out, but you don't see anything else you did wrong. And she was like, no, you and Mike need to do a public apology on what's the name, and maybe they'll forgive you.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was
what are you apologizing for though?
I'm unapologetic. I'm not apologizing for shit nowadays.
Did you apologize for
that? I did. I think the next day when he invited me to read the hate mail, I didn't know why I offended her. So immediately, I'm not too big to apologize. I was like, hey, listen, my bad. I can even read you the text, but and she accepted it. you know, I was like, I wish you the best, good luck, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And then that was it, you know. To me, I think it's just too much division in our community. And I think if you have to be the bigger person, give a person a second chance, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But he's entitled to how he feel. Like if she just cut off, she cut off. Me, I think, you know, if it's been 15 years and you probably made a mistake, or maybe not, let's just hash it out. You know, who knows, man? You may need her, she may need you, you know, one day. I don't know. That's just my perspective on it. I think it's a win when you can go through something and you can come out on top anyway. Because in order for anything to grow, it's going to have to meet resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Even in a marriage, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. So in order for that marriage to reach the climax of love, the climax for perfection, they have to go through something. You know what I'm saying? My best friend, we didn't fell out, you know, but we got back together. Now we even stronger, you know. So maybe after this trip up, maybe after this violation, she'd be like, okay, well, my bad, Twan. You know, let's come on the show again. Let me come on the show again. I mean, I don't know. That's up to you, but I think he just being hard right now, you know. But that's just me, you know. I'm gonna always give a person.
Have evolved by then, like, you know.
I would give it some time. I would give it some time. I wouldn't do it now. You know, I give it, you know, a couple months. You know, maybe you run into her at the grocery market. I don't know.
Hurt. She sounded probably like she got hurt. She probably experienced somebody telling her that she wasn't the things that she said that she is, and that's why she goes above and beyond with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she did state that in one of the lives. She said somebody else had just asked her that question, what do you bring to the table? So I was like, oh, so you just drag the fuck out of us because he said something? Because we didn't ask not once what you bring to the table. You said, what are you bringing him? You know what I'm saying? If it's, I just look at,
that's it. What does he get in return?
Right. What does he get in return? Correct. So my thing is, and I think so many people are closed-minded when it's that, what are you bringing to the table or what is he getting in return? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with getting something in return.
You're supposed to. It's an even exchange. Yeah, you're supposed to. But what is supposed to be on that table? So when you ask a woman something like that,
whatever
what do you bring to the table? What are you expecting her to say?
So look at this. And the best concept for me, if I invited y'all over here, right, and I said we're having a potluck on the show, what are you gonna bring?
Whatever. I'm gonna ask you what needs to be brought. Like, did you want me to bring the drinks or did you want me to bring it this?
You answered it right off rip. Just ask me what it's just we have a table. This is our table. We're working on something.
So you would have accepted the response if she said, well, what are you looking for?
There you go. Not how dare you ask me that. Yeah. My thing is that's like you coming to a potluck and with nothing in your hands talking about I'm ready to eat. You can tell me, you can ask me what you cooking over there. What's on the menu? Mm-hmm. But then when I say, well, this, and this, and I'm like, what you bringing? How dare you ask me that? Wait, it's a potluck. Why wouldn't you bring something? And that's the best concept, I think, because in order for all of us to get what we need,
you got to ask.
You got to bring it to the table. Let's just talk about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And one more thing. So, in the $80,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to do a little bit of math. Now you
said it ain't shit. 80,000 ain't shit.
It's not, but she's saying that she makes 80,000, and she does what?
Taxes, and I guess she sings too.
Do you really?
But I think she does her clothing line too. Fuck no.
What's that question?
Do you think she's really bringing in 80,000?
No, I don't.
So why didn't you bring that up? I would have
because you know what? I didn't, and but see, that's why I said we wasn't there to slander her or nothing like that because I didn't question it. I work 2 jobs, right? 2 jobs, and it's 2 high paid jobs. I probably make 130,000 between the 2, but that's with me busting my ass. That ain't. It's people at one of my jobs that make almost 150,000, but they live in that motherfucker. Then there's other people in there that don't make no more than maybe 50,000 because they just do their 40 and get the fuck on. So 80,000 nowadays, it comes with a lot. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 comes with a lot. Unless you're a business owner. If you own your own business and stuff like that, then yeah, it comes easily. But regular Joe Blow, the tax lady, the White Castle workers, the McDonald's worker, they're not making 80,000. And even then, because this was my concept for her. Okay, he makes 80,000, right? He's a provider. He's going to make, especially if he's a smart man, right? Just say he make 100,000. If he's a smart man, when he comes home and say, babe, I bought us a house, or I'm looking at purchasing us a house, he's the provider. He's going to make decisions for the family, the right decisions. Do you get to choose that house? You know what I'm saying? Do you get to say, well, no, I want to live in West Bloomfield. This house costs 300,000. And he like, no, we're moving to Oak Park where the house costs 150,000. 200,000, right? Are you going to fight with him on that just because you don't want to live in Oak Park? You want to live in West Bloomfield? Because a provider is going to make the right decisions. He's going to say, okay, babe, this is what I can afford. And in reality, if he's just the money, if he's the bag, why do you really have a choice to decide where to live?
Well, I think that's predicated on if he's using her money too.
No, she didn't want to work. Remember?
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, she was like, I want to make a house into a home. I don't really have to work. And because I asked her, would she give up her singing career? She was like, in 5 years, if that's what he wanted me to do, then yeah, I would do that. But for the most part, she wanted to take care of her kid.
Their home mom.
Yeah. And work on the family in the house.
More of a dependent and not an asset.
Because my thing is, if I know my woman has my back and I'm not just a payday to her or just a check, then babe, let's go choose a house. But let's be reasonable. But if you're just saying, bring the check home.
But that's why you gotta, when you're dating, you have to find somebody again, like, you know, if you're on this level, because this is the way that I was taught.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a woman and you're here on this level, you want to find somebody that's here or at least here. You ain't gonna look for somebody down there. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a thing of, oh, in order for me to date you, you gotta be making that. Sometimes it don't pan out like that. It take time. So she probably shouldn't have, you know, said that. You should have checked her up on it. Should have definitely checked her up on that. That wasn't cool.
Definitely not. Then that's what I said. It just,
especially because, you know, she's not making 80,000,
right?
Like doing taxes and singing.
But even if you said 80,000.
Yeah, we can only assume.
Yeah.
Is she signed?
I don't know. I don't know.
What you mean with a label?
Yeah, like that I don't know. I know she says she has a manager, but I don't know. I don't know.
Who tax is she doing?
Right. Because
Diddy's shit. But I mean, I don't know. We're not gonna dwell on her too much. I mean, it was a good show. It was very it was needed. This was Unapologetic. If Lady J want, I'm done talking about her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lady
cool.
J want parts of her, bring her. Any lady that wants to question her or would love to be a part of a show with her on it, I'm fine with that. Let me know. Once I get back from my vacation.
I wouldn't even want to hear too much more about it myself.
There's so many ladies that wanted, like literally was like, she need her own podcast and this.
But
and
for
that.
what though? Like, what are you teaching?
To dog men.
Well, like, you know, I'm not even trying to be funny. If you're not showing nobody how to really get to $80,000,
you ain't showing nobody how to get married because you ain't
showing
married.
Nobody how to get married. You know, some real things. What you doing?
It's just drama. Real Wives of Atlanta.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's what sells. You know.
Yeah.
That's what sells. Garbage. You know. BS.
Real lives of
rhetoric,
podcast wives,
nonsense,
like that.
all that sells. Sex. You know.
Yeah. And I see that. And that's I see it on TikTok alone. A picture that I'll post a picture of just say my daughter or something on the podcast, right? It'll get 600 likes. No bullshit. I post a picture of her shooting a gun, 15,000 likes. Like, goddamn. So you mean to tell me sex, fights, drama
is attractive? That's what they want.
That's the world we live in.
You know, so yeah, maybe you got to become the asshole to get some likes. I don't know.
Say it's on.
It's on.
Y'all don't even know who y'all don't woke up now. But I don't know. I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you for coming on, Mike.
Appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you. I don't want to say your name, so I appreciate you for coming with him. You have a wise man here, and you have a wise woman. Keep doing y'all. Black love is everything. Hey, hopefully I find what y'all got. I'm a average dude, so you know what I'm saying.
It may be kind of hard. Huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard. I gotta make at least 80,000. But it was a great show. I appreciate y'all. Real talk.
Doubt,
we would not be discussing this no more. Next time you come on the platform, and we'll be talking.
Yeah,
about
invite me
else.
out again, man. I think I got a lot of nuggets to throw out there.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody on live, I appreciate y'all. Y'all can check this out on iHeartRadio and all platforms. But like I said, it's no more twine. I gotta be the villain. That's just where I stand with it, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Man, fuck that. I ain't letting that shit ride.
That's just who I am now. So
I don't care who the fuck out there.
if I come off aggressive, I apologize.
Gotta pick a side.
I got to, and I see that other side didn't work for me. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. See y'all in a couple weeks. I will not be here. The show will not be airing next week or the week after. I'll be in Bali. So
enjoy, my friend.
Follow me though. Yeah, follow me because I will be doing on live and asking people questions in Bali. Probably asking them if they think they average. Little shit like that. I'm petty, so
you know they don't like that.
They be like average. But no, I mean, can you imagine I go to Bali and 50 women, I ask 50 women, do they think they average, and they say yes? So what does that say?
That's not gonna happen though, because women don't like that word. Like,
so what do you think I should use?
So below. I think it's rude to say, are you average? I think it's rude to say, what do you bring to the table? I think it should just be something that somebody show you.
Okay.
And you take whatever from that.
Or what if I ask them, what do you rate yourself?
I think that's fine.
Yeah. What do you rate yourself? Not just looks. What do you rate yourself? That's
as
probably what I'm gonna say.
From a 1 to a what?
10.
1 to 10. Did you see when DDG little nephew rated the girl a 0? No. This is a little boy. Hurt her feelings. She looked like she wanted to cry. But 1 to 10. Or should I do 1 to 100? Is that more reason? Because you know, 1 to 10.
1 to 10, man. It's 1 to 10. Make it simple.
She looking like
that would be hard. That's still hard because you know, as soon as a woman say, "Well, I think I'm a 10," the next thing that fly out of y'all mouth is, "Well, if you think you a 10, what is Beyonce?" You know, and stuff like that. And I just feel like I can't even be on a scale.
All right, so
I really don't think I can be on a scale. I'm not saying it like I think I'm the finest woman in the world because I don't think that. I know it's more people that's more successful than me and all of that, but I think that
you're a quality
I'm
woman.
a quality woman. I feel like I'm a good catch. So I really, really do.
So I'm gonna do 1 to 100.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 1 to 100, but then I'm gonna ask that question. So what is Beyonce?
Yeah, and then if a woman say that she a 10, even if you was to just say it goes to a 10, and this is why I wouldn't want to answer the question. It's like if you are saying that you are the top of the chart, and for most people who think that Beyonce is the top of the chart, like how do you think that you touching her? Like in what ways? In what ways? Like how are you touching this person?
Yeah,
because a lot of people just don't really base it off of money
or looks.
You know,
yeah.
I know I don't have Beyonce's money.
You can have Beyonce's money.
I could have.
You can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
Let Princess tell it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. See y'all in a couple of weeks. Peace.
Peace.
It's just opinions with twine. It's just opinions with twine. Yeah.